The barrier of the Pyrenees between France and Spain stretches for 400 kilometers. Our journey crossed the wild and remote heart of the Pyrenean traverse at altitudes between 1,000 and 3,000 meters.
Starting from near Benasque in the Aigüestortes Valley in Spain, we headed east, passing north of Mount Aneto, the highest mountain in the Pyrenees. From the mouth of the Viella tunnel in the Val Farrera, we journeyed through the Aigüestortes National Park, strewn with lakes. We then crossed three valleys, the Noguera Palaresa, the Cardos Valley and the Val Farrera. We walked across Andorra. Entering France, we scaled Mount Carlit, ending our trek at the Lac de Bouillouses in the Cerdagne Valley.
July, day 1.
Starting at 2,000 meters, we walked up to 3,100 meters to the Collada Molares. From there it was a long 1,400 meter descent to the Hospitalet de Viella.
Cheery smile! That notch up there with the bit of scree below is the Port de Benasque. We came up to there from the French side 3 years ago and walked a little way along to the left as we're looking at it and looked down on here. That's the Mount Aneto up there in the cloud and the glacier coming off it to the left. Underneath this peak is the source of the Garonne. The water flows down here under the rock to the left here and then under the mountain into the Val Farrera.
That's the Col de Toro.
Slightly short forked tail.
Is that oh, sorry, I can't see it.
No.
Rock pit, maybe a rock pit.
Eastward, which is carnivorous, lives near the water. Koch's gentian.
Hi, hello. Let's see something. Well, that's a good climb. 1,000 meters, 1,100 meters, something like that. We may have done something. I didn't feel it in the legs, but I know going down now, my legs will turn to jelly.
Mine turned to jelly on the way up.
Really? We've come up 1,100 meters in 5 hours and 15 minutes.
Right.
About 9k, I think. And now we're at the very top. And the other side is, haven't found the path yet, it's rather precipitous. And that goes down 1,400 meters. And at the end of that, there's a large bottle of beer waiting.
Well done, folks. Well done, folks.
Good. Brilliant.
Sorry?
Superb, eh?
Scrambles.
Where's the dog? They're still coming
They're
down.
carrying him down.
No.
Not happy, was he?
No.
Chuck's prediction came true. His knees did turn to jelly on the way down, and the day's journey took him 11 hours.
On day 2, we followed the GR11 from the Hospitalet de Viella at 1,600 metres up to the Port de Rius at 2,300 metres. Then down past the Lac de Rius, down the valley. At the end of the day, it was up again to the Refugi de Restanca.
Under a big waxy miracle. That's a lot.
I've got it right. Some more wheelbaggers, which is good. It's along this nice gentle path here, down the other side and up the other side, and the hut's on the other side of that slope over there.
Everything's always gentle, according to you.
Oh yeah.
Day 3 started at 2,000 metres at the Refugi de Restanca. We continued on the GR11 past the lakes up to the Port de Calvis at 2,600 metres. Then it was downhill to the Refugi de Colomares.
Buenos días, estamos en los Pyrenees. How was it?
Cold.
That's the col that we came from. Judith took a swim down there. Now we're up here for lunch.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is small, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Eight different bodies of water, I think.
We reckon there's 8 different bodies of water there at different levels. We're descending from Port de Caldes. We're heading towards the Refugi de Colomares, which is about a kilometre down there around to the left. That's the lake.
Okay.
Come on in, the water's lovely.
On day 4, leaving the Refugi de Colomares at 2,100 metres, we walked through the Aigüestortes National Park. Aigüestortes means tortured waters, and there are plenty of lakes here. From the Port de la Retera at 2,500 metres, it was a long downhill. We paused at the Estany de San Maurici.
Slippery.
Go for it, Chuck.
From the Estany de San Maurici, in the late afternoon, we continued down the valley to a campsite at Espot. From Espot, we drove on day 6 to La Guingueta at 900 metres. Climbing up to 1300 metres, we reached the deserted village of Dorbe. And from Dorbe to the Col de Monte Calvo at 2200 metres. We descended to Estaun at 1200 metres, from where we drove to Tavascan in the Cardos Valley.
Por dignidad montaña, una jota cantaré, mientras gobiernen caciques, pintacoda montañés.
Mientras gobiernen caciques, pintacoda montañés.
Mira, escucha regante, no me seas ignorante.
This bit, it's tempting to get up one's waterproof over trousers and sit on them and slide down the grassy slope.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon. Hello, Skipper.
Yeah. So anyway, the valley we're going, the Tavascan Valley, is over this ridge here. This near one with a few trees on it. And the village is just behind there, up and over, just behind there. The day after tomorrow we're going to walk up towards these high mountains, then veer right and up a beautiful valley up under those peaks up there with the white snow. Aigüestortes, that, which is one of the highest peaks in Catalonia and very popular with the Catalans. And then from there we go downhill and down into the Val Farrera, which is that valley behind the ridge, that wooded ridge over there. And we camp at the foot of the Val Farrera peaks. And then from there we go up and over to the border with France, which you can see ahead there by the pointy peak. Just to the left of that there's a col there, and we go over that col and into France, and down into France, and then up into Andorra, and then down to El Serrat.
Vamos a cantar las coplas que cantan en la Moncloa, el agua pa' quien la paga y los demás que se jodan. El agua pa' quien la paga y los demás que se jodan.
On day 7, some of us explored a side valley near Tavascan. On day 8, we left Tavascan and started walking from 1400 metres in the Cardos Valley, up an old miner's track to the Col de Salenti at 2500 metres. We then descended past the Estany de Baborte to a wild campsite in the Val Farrera.
That's one way of looking at it, Judith, but this is rather more what it felt like.
Qué frío fue aquel febrero, el último de los 60, cuando llegó aquel decreto por la reforestación. Don Florencio para entonces ya había negociado sus tierras y para agosto medio pueblo ya estaba en la emigración. Llegan cartas de Alemania, de Madelino y Miguela, de sus hijos pa' María, una postal de Nueva York. Pero en aquel pueblo muerto, aún soy a tocar la gaita. ¿Cómo va ese asunto?, preguntó inquieto el gobernador. Le dijeron que era uno, pero ese es muy cabezón.
But they're very warm and practical.
I'm sure they are. Very light.
What mountain range do you think you're on, Judith?
You blush with such embarrassment.
Something Hispanophone anyway.
I'm not sure that I've not seen those in the Rohan shop actually.
Very good. Very good, well spotted.
What's that?
It does actually keep it quite cool. I'm quite impressed with it. It does. It's not after that.
Fortunately, we have a vet on our team, and she is now about to resuscitate this bird. There's another one, Richard.
That's a silly thing to do, Beth. What? Yeah. Silly thing to do. Quite obviously terrified.
.40 Izzard on the side of the hill.
The what?
The 40 Izzard.
All right.
Maybe they nipped over the other side. Now the coast is clear.
Towards a spot and the top of it.
As we waited for Alberto to arrive, it began to drizzle. Would we have to spend the night in the public convenience?
Vamos a empezar otra. Esto me han filmado a mí hoy en pelotas, rescatando un pajarito de libro. ¿Cómo? ¿Y se han saltado al lago, ahí arriba?
¿Y a nadar o qué?
I haven't got some.
Is that it?
¿Cómo se dice?
If you want to...
It's very unfair, actually. Those are lots of people eating.
It's very unfair.
On day 9, we continued up the Val Farrera to the Port de Bouillouses at 2,500 metres on the border between Spain and France.
Yeah.
This is Spain. That's Aneto with the snow in the distance. Now we're in France.
That valley down there is France. We're about to go down into it. And then we'll go up that range to that gap beneath those two peaks in the distance. And that, Port de Rat, is Andorra. Bonne chance.
From the Port de Bouillouses, we dipped down into France, crossed the road and ascended to the Port de Rat at 2,800 metres, the border between France and Andorra. We dropped down to the cable car at Carlit in the Ordino Valley and then drove to a campsite at El Serrat.
Habrá que andar con cautela, no nos tachen de enchegrescas por decir no a lo de yesa. No nos tachen de integristas por decir no a lo de yesa.
On day 11, we drove up to the head of the Ordino Valley and followed the haute route Pyrenees to the Collada del Maners at 2,700 metres. Then down to the Pala de Jeanne, up onto the ridge at 2,500 metres and down to the Vallée d'Aigüestortes. We stayed in Soldeo.
Llegan los nervios de final de marzo, la nieve ya se empieza a derritir. Como cada año acabar el contrato, si el señorito aparca los esquís. Mi voto fue por dignidad y trabajo,
de nada vale cuando llega a Madrid.
Qué suerte si os construyen el pantano, en verano también podréis venir. Por fin en estos valles no habrá paro, vendrán el conde Leque y Jesulín. Pondré un negocio de alquiler de barcos,
beso su culo, señor Jesús Gil. Por fin llegó el turismo, ¿dónde está el oso que hay que fotografiar? Puentín y barranquismo, saca la calle que ya se ha ido el forestal. Niño, tira esa pila al río, ¿no ves que si la chupas te vas a envenenar?
There's the cabana where we had lunch an hour and a half ago. This is the notch that we came through some hours ago, and there's an enormous amphitheatre that we walked all the way around.
La Tossa de Carau.
And coming up here was the hardest bit.
Carau's Tossa.
And this is the gallant crew. And this is the 500 meter or so drop we have to make now to end the day down in there somewhere.
Qué suerte si os construyen el pantano, en verano también podréis venir. Por fin en estos valles no habrá paro.
We started day 12 in the Vallée d'Ancles and followed the Haute route in a rainstorm along a ridge to the Port Dret at 2,550 metres. From there we dropped down through the Port d'En Valera, past the ski slopes to the dreary resort of Pas de la Casa. There we crossed into France and contoured round to the Col de Puymaron.
Saca el acordeón y el guitarrero, a mandorria y templa bien la voz, que alguien traiga bella botaveno, por si nadie nos va a echar porrón. Ay, Begoña que atripaba cera, mi ajagüel no lleva inspiración, sirva escape la ranquios mosecos, que ascuitas quilla con choto rondador.
The last day.
Right, shall I show you where we're going today?
About a week.
Hay un garaje de gacho de ese.
A ver si encuentro una gasolinera con agua, macho. Es que yo alucino mucho,
Right, we come up here, about here, okay? We're aiming for Peak Carlit there, which we've all seen, and we're sleeping there in the Auberge du Carlit. That's called the... that's well, it's to the Coum d'Or it's called. Okay, then we come just down there, cut across here and join the Pyreneean high route, downhill to the Etang de Lanux, which is this reservoir here. And then from there we'll decide up according to whether we're going to do the Vuelta, go round or go up. If it's stormy, we'll go round. That's where Judith and Chuck are going to come in handy to show us the way. If not, we'll go up, which is fine. It's quite a pull up there to Carlit, which is 2,921 metres. So it'll be nearly the second highest point of the holiday. Yeah. Down the peak, which is quite slow to begin with down the peak, and then a really beautiful walk that's quite so you always feel a bit tired towards the end of it. Down, past the lakes, through the lakes. You'll be able to have a swim on the way down if you feel like it. Over the dam to the Auberge de Castle. Thank you very much.
This is the Étang de la Nux, which we came around several years ago on the other side of the lake there. And when we finally got to the dam, it was 4:30 in the afternoon, and we stopped for lunch. It was all covered in snow. The lake was frozen at the time. That's the pass we came over, the low bit there, but it was all snow.
The pass was
And then we went down the valley to the right. And that is the Peak Carlit, which we may go up for lunch. This is the Pic du Carlit, about 700 meters further up, and we hope to get there at lunchtime, which may be greatly delayed until 3 o'clock or so. How do you feel about the last stop?
Ask me in an hour's time. An hour and a half's time.
Hour and a half up there, you reckon?
Here you go. Alex is halfway there already.
Find a discreet spot if there is one in this.
And 50 minutes after starting up this 700-meter climb to the top, 2,900-meter peak, here comes Judith, and behind her the thunder.
Hello.
Hello, darling. Well done.
Non, c'est terminé.
Below, Richard is shepherding up Anne and Phil. They're going to make it too. And here comes Richard.
Fancy meeting you.
The victory celebration at the top of Pic Carlit, 2,900 meters. For it.
Yay! Very well done.
On the top of Pic Carlit.
And from the top of Pic Carlit, we can see in the distance Lake Bouillouses, which is our final destination.
It's pretty impressive from here.
We'll look back up at Pic Carlit.
Well, either the kiwi fruit that I purloined at breakfast has been reduced to 2 dimensions in my pack somewhere, or I've left it up the mountain.
You'll probably find it in a few months' time in the Boston Bag.
Y en las frías tardadas de enero me pierdo en las llamas buscando esa flor. Flor de agosto, flor de mi sombrero, flor que enciende el fuego de mi corazón. noches, dormida, hechizada y febril, yo muriendo en un sueño de arañones y anís, colorín colorado, el sol me despertó y Cenicienta desapareció. Solo el vago recuerdo que desnudo corrí toda la calle nueva hasta la era Fleet, porque abrí la ventana y esa nota voló con su nombre y con su dirección. Y en las vías tardadas de enero me pierdo en las llamas buscando esa flor. Flor de agosto, flor de mi sombrero, flor que enciende el fuego de mi corazón. Flor de agosto, flor de mi sombrero, flor que enciende el fuego